Hi, and welcome to NicheCraft. My name is Kassi, and I'm your host. Before I begin with the unboxing and the review, I wanted to go ahead and thank Mary R. for buying me a coffee using my donation link. I really appreciate it. And she didn't just buy me a coffee, she bought me a new roll of yarn. Isn't that nice? So I'm looking forward to putting that back towards the channel as I'm going to put that towards purchasing mystery box, and I'll then turn that yarn into part of a giveaway. All right, guys? So thank you so much for your generosity. And now I am going to go into this video. Hi, and welcome to NicheCraft. My name is Kassi, and I'm your host. And today I'm going to be doing a product review of these crochet hooks that I purchased. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what these are called. They're called Ergonomic Crochet Hooks with Roll Felt Bag, Crochet Hook Set with a large handle for Arthritic Hands. And these will include size B through J. All right, it came in plastic wrap, and I already took it out of the plastic. And for a comparison, I'm going to be comparing it to this eye hook. And this is the hooks that I use. They're not anything fancy. They're not the tulip edema or the clover hooks. I want to focus on purchasing yarn rather than the hooks. But then again, I don't have arthritis, so I'm very lucky in that area. Still, I prefer these with the nice rubber grips to the aluminum hooks, and wood hooks. So I wanted to go ahead and try another one and see what it was like. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And this is blue, and then this is kind of like a neutral, like off-white and red. I didn't know what color it was going to be, or if I did, I didn't remember. So I unroll it, and the first thing that I notice is that the letters are not in order. So it's G, D, C, J, B, I, H, E, and F. So that's kind of weird. It does come with these needles, the yarn needles. And I know there's something else in here. Yeah. Maybe I can dig it out with my other crochet hook. I know that it came with some stitch markers, and they just shoved it in there. So already there's a couple of issues with this. Now the felt does feel soft and good, and I like how these are designed so that you can very clearly see which hook you are going to be using. However, I'm going to just go ahead and real quickly rearrange these so they're in the right order, because that's just me. That's got to be a me thing, or maybe you guys are the same way. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and rearrange these, and I'll be back when I'm done rearranging these. Okay? All right. See you in just a minute. All right. So I am back, and it is B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. So that feels better to me. So another thing that I'm noticing too is that there's a lot of smaller hook sizes than larger ones, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I knew what I was getting when I purchased, but these smaller sizes, some people have issues working with smaller sizes, so that was something that I thought of. Another thing that happened when I was rearranging these is when I put this C through, it ended up going out the bottom right here. See that? So while it has seams in it, some of the smaller needles might poke out the bottom. So that was kind of disappointing, especially since I was about to remark on how sturdy these are. Either way, it's not like it messes anything up too terribly bad, and one could always go back and just sew this back together. But what I do like is that these fit very snugly. You can see exactly which one you're going for. They've got bright enough colors that you can even memorize the colors for whichever size that you're doing. And another thing I noticed was that the eye hook is the same color as my eye hook, so I'm wondering if the same company that made my and again, these are really cheap ones. They're like $12.99 on Amazon, but that's just because I like them and they work, so I'm not gonna try anything different. But I'm just using this as a comparison. So I'm thinking that maybe this is made by the same company, but I'm not certain. Again, they give you a very large amount of these yarn needles and tapestry needles here, so I think that that's a good bonus. They also put in this bag these crochet stitch markers. Not a whole lot of them, but at least they threw some in. I would not recommend putting anything else in there, though. I would not recommend putting these in there. So this pocket, I would use it to store other hooks, probably, maybe a pin, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the eye hook, and we will compare this with the others. You can also see whether or not it rolls up real well or not. And yeah, it rolls up really well. This is easy to maneuver and everything, and I do like that compact size. See, it's really nice and compact, and I appreciate that, opposed to some of the larger ones. So this one, they advertise that they have a ergonomic grip, and that it has a longer hook size, and that is definitely longer. And one of the problems, that I even run into is, like, when I'm crocheting, is that the end of the needle might kind of poke into that padding in my thumb, or just kind of poke to at the very base of my thumb, and that can be very uncomfortable. Now, I typically, when I think about how I hold the hook, I'm not quite certain exactly how I hold it, but I think I do the knife holding, and so I don't typically feel that with these hooks, because this is rubber and everything. Now these hooks are rubber, but this part here feels more like plastic. And while these are definitely good for gripping, I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot of traction out of that. I don't know if that's going to end up serving me when I'm actually crocheting. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take something that I would normally make with an eye hook, and I'm going to use this ergonomic crochet hook, this particular one, because this one's also an ergonomic one, but it doesn't have extra long. So I'm going to use this in a tutorial that I'm about to do for the channel. And so I'm going to go do that tutorial, and then when I come back, I will give you my review based on how that tutorial went. All right, guys? So I will see you in just a minute and let you know how it goes. All right, guys, so I am back from making this granny rectangle. And for those of you who watched my tutorials, this is what I ended up making with this eye hook. Now, I wanted to show you exactly how I ended up feeling comfortable enough to hold this hook, okay? And I'm just going to continue on with this granny square. I guess I'm going to just add a border to it. And the way I felt comfortable was by putting my thumb right here, where you can see. Let me go ahead and zoom in a lot so you can see it. See these ridges? That's supposed to help it so it's not slipping, right? So I ended up holding it to where I put my thumb right there, and it felt like it fit really good. And then I'm going to go ahead and zoom out this time, and then I put my pointer finger like this on the crochet hook, like it's a knife. Now, what I found is that when I'm crocheting this way, it is not nearly as comfortable as when I typically crochet. All right. So while it's not as comfortable, I can say that it is nice that as I'm crocheting, we've got this sticking out, so it's not kind of like digging into this soft padding right here. Okay. So I do appreciate that. However, I don't think that this is as comfortable enough of a grip for me to want to switch to this. Now, here's why I think it would work for some people, though. The needle or the hook that I usually use is kind of round, right? It's not really, it's not like it's flat on one side and thinner on another side by a really large degree. I mean, it is, but it's not by a large degree. So when I'm holding this, and I'm crocheting with this, I feel like I have a lot of control over the hook. I already feel like this is a lot easier to crochet with. And, I do want to say I am very used to this hook, though. I'm used to this brand and this hook. So, of course, I'm going to feel more comfortable with this, but I did make this whole granny rectangle with this one. And it never just started to ease up and feel comfortable. Whereas when I switched from aluminum to a crochet hook with a grip, this one ended up, it took me maybe 2 rows before I was all like, I'm sticking with this. And I didn't turn back. So, I do use the aluminum hooks for the purpose of tutorials and some of those kinds of things. But this is what I use when I'm making my own personal items. So that said, unfortunately for me, this is not a better product than what I already had. This grip, and I'm gonna zoom in again this time so that you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say about the grip. So this grip with these rubber ridges on them, I can actually see how that might rub up against my thumb and cause maybe a possible callus there. Now this sides, this is plastic. It's unlike this one where it's rubber. And that's just hard enough for it to feel a little uncomfortable because it's not a consistent feel all around. What it does have going for it is that it's definitely not as chunky as the other one. This, while it could cause a callus, it also really keeps my thumb in place. So one might say that decreases the possibility of getting a callus right here, right? And I like that it's long because in some ways that is a lot more comfortable for me compared to the other hook that isn't as long. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here so we can talk also about the length. So for me, I don't really need a whole lot of length on my crochet hook. I've never noticed that I felt like I needed a lot. However, when I was working with this one, I noticed that length was shorter, okay? Because it is. I'm just going to hold them up next to each other, see? It's shorter by, I don't even have to take a tape measure to show you that. You can definitely see how right here where that hook starts, it's shorter on the newer one, right? I didn't realize until I started crocheting with this that I do prefer to have a longer hook. Okay, so I've never noticed in the past that I need a longer piece right here, but with this one, it felt like it was too short. So that's another thing that for me personally, it didn't work out. Now, for those of you who feel like you need a shorter hook on this place, then that might actually be a pro for you guys. Okay, so in all, unfortunately, this product didn't work for me. But I can understand how it could work for others. So, just zoomed out here so you guys could see all of the hooks. The carrying case is really awesome. I love this. The color coordination is great. The design, based on what they're trying to do, definitely is a change from the one that I use, right? but it's not a change for the better for me overall. It's nice that it comes with a nice amount of darning needles. I like that. And it doesn't come with a whole lot of stitch markers, but it's nice that it comes with some. I didn't really appreciate it being stuffed way down there, though. That said, I'm going to go ahead and roll this back up. And now that it's just like this, I would like to offer this up to you guys, someone who might appreciate these particular hooks, as a hidden giveaway. So this is my first hidden giveaway, and it's for people who have watched this all the way to the end. Yeah. So here's what I want you to do to enter this giveaway. If you want these crochet hooks, and understand, they might not even be worth entering, but maybe they have some positives that you'd like. But if you would like these crochet hooks and you would like for me to send them to you, I will. And I will, but what I need you to do is be a little sneaky. Don't mention the word giveaway. Don't mention that there could be something to win in this video. I just want you to leave a comment back to this video with the word grip in it. And I'm going to check my... Okay, so this is going to be going up on April 7th. I will choose a winner for this giveaway on April 14th. Okay, so you'll get this, and I'll go ahead and add a couple of hanks or cakes of yarn as well, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. Just give you another fun surprise. All right, guys. So you will win not only these hooks, but you will also win either a couple of hanks of yarn or a big cake of yarn. All right. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for watching to the end. All of your feedback and your comments are really, really wonderful and special, and I appreciate them. Just remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you think that you know anybody that could benefit from my channel. I'll see you soon with another video.